this is going to be one of our weirder stays. I have been working in Columbus, Ohio, which is a pretty big city, and it's harder to find RV parks near bigger cities.
So a few weeks ago, we were trying to figure out where we wanted to spend the last 3 weeks of Steph's contract, and we found the Downtown Expo Center, and they have 3 different campgrounds. And it's basically first come, first serve, but only some of the sites are full hookups, so we're trying to figure out which one to go to.
I think North has full hookups as well, but it's full sun. So this is Korbel East, and there's actually some trees, not as many trees and not as much shade as was at the KOA we were just at. And if you're wondering, why did you leave the RV park that you were at that had all kinds of amenities and stuff, it's because my work drive was 40 minutes, and then some days with traffic, it was an hour each way. And 10-hour shifts, that just gets pretty exhausting. So when we found this, and it's 10 minutes from work, we were like, okay, we gotta give it a shot. We'll get more into the story of how we actually figured out that we could stay here and how we got permission to stay here for longer than a week. But for right now, we gotta figure out which spot we're gonna stay in.
And as you can see, it's not very busy, and all the sites are grass, so it might be a little bit unstable. We'll just have to find a spot.
Yep. The unique thing about this campground, not only is it at a fairgrounds, but it's a pick your own site. You don't make reservations, you just show up, you pick a spot, and then you go pay the people. I don't know how we're gonna pick a spot.
So there's sewage there. There's sewage behind you.
So here's the tricky thing. This post is for that site. This post is for this site, although I don't know how you're supposed to park with this big like hole in it.
So you park here, but is that your water?
I assume that you just share the water between how many people are here, because there's 2.
So you share, this water shares with this one and this one?
And probably another one, because there's 4 sites here and 1 water post like in the middle of them.
That's what I mean.
So it must be, you must bring a splitter if there's actually a full campground. Kind of learning this one as we go. Did you find the one?
I think so. It is one of the only ones with shade, and we would have went right over there, but there's 3 people here with campers, and it would be between 2 of them. So.
Do get some air traffic.
Definitely downtown.
I really don't hear much city noise though, at least so far. All right, we'll give it a try. Well, that was more terrifying than Blue Springs.
Yeah, really.
Oh, gosh.
Let's reset these chocks and the
Like
stabilizer.
shaky.
Here, you gonna take this?
Yeah. Maybe that's kind of my fault too, because I've gotten so used to, over the years, just setting the chalk, giving it a couple of slaps in there and calling it good. So maybe that's kind of my fault for being a little lackadaisical with it, because we've never had anything like this really happen before.
Making double sure there.
All right, try it again.
Try it again. And that is why you always make sure your tires are chalked before you unhook.
Bless. Ah! I just watched our whole house go. We've never, this is what the system we started with 5 years ago, and we've had people suggest the Anderson levelers over the years, and we've been like, this has worked fine, why do we need those? Maybe we need to look into those.
Alright, so here's what happened to the camper when we disconnected it. We had to put stabilizer blocks underneath the passenger side of the camper to level it out, and somehow when we went to disconnect it, it slid off of the stabilizer blocks.
Yeah. This has been a couple weeks now, and I don't think I've recovered from it.
Yeah, it was a scary situation, and that's why you always need to make sure that your camper's chocked when you're disconnecting. And I always leave the hooks on it as well, in case if it falls back, the chains will stop it from moving.
Yeah, so if you're looking to stay in a downtown metropolitan area, you can do it in Columbus, Ohio. This is the most city stay we've ever done with the camper. If you're looking for the campground, it's actually called Korbel East. There's 3 different ones. They're all connected, but they call them different things. There's Korbel East, Korbel West, and Korbel North. We've really liked East. I'm not gonna lie, the sites are a little weird.
They're very strange, and the full hookups, the septic is sporadic, the water spigots are sporadic, so it was really strange.
Yeah, but since we were like literally the only ones here, I think there may have been one other camper when we got here, we got to pick where we actually wanted. So Korbel East has shade. Korbel West does as well, but it does not have full hookups. So we had full hookups, we had shade here because we were a little worried about that. It's honestly been a really good stay. And you might think it feels like a little unsafe to stay in a big city, but we're right beside a highway patrol like training center, so cops roll through the campground all the time. So we didn't feel unsafe here at all. I think Mike needs a coffee break.
I do.
How did I know? I just knew that's what he was going for. So we've only been here for a couple weeks. We just moved from Buckeye Lake down to the downtown fairgrounds, which was super nice for my work drive. I was driving like 40 minutes each way, now I'm driving like 10 minutes. I've been doing something completely out of my wheelhouse, completely new to me on this assignment. I've been an ICU nurse for about a decade, and on this assignment I've been doing outpatient oncology infusion. Completely new to it. It was very intimidating at first, but I met some of the most wonderful people. I was on like the best unit I think I could have been on to be completely new to this world. So shout out to the girls at Martha Morehouse. I worked for OSU at Martha Morehouse. Y'all are fantastic. Thank you for being so nice. But it's time to move on. We've been here for 3 months and
we're heading home for a little while. Steph and I are getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary.
We've been married for 10 years in like a week.
So we're gonna go on a special vacation, and we're gonna make sure that we take you guys along with us as well and show you.
But for today, we're driving again.
We're heading home for a little bit. We're gonna take the camper home. We're gonna finish up some of the projects that we were started to work on, including the water pump. We're gonna figure out the shower situation, which may be a whole ordeal. I'm not really sure yet. But mostly just go home, finish up the projects that we started a few weeks ago that we showed you guys.
All right, the real question is, do you have enough coffee to start the drive?
I have coffee, okay. The truck's full of fuel, Callie's ready to go. We got a couple things left to do on the camper here and we're ready to go.
Ready?
Good? Okay.